Right now, T1. Oh!
Red 5. Oh.
What'd she say?
Red 5.
Red 5. Alright, well, you know what? We're gonna wait till it rotates around, so if you get it, I'll let you know.
I'll start with a quick joke. You know, the national dog of Korea is called the Chindoke. It kind of looks like a husky, but it's blonde, and it has a curly tail, and it tastes like ham. Nothing. Oh, well. You know, Koreans, we have Thanksgiving, right? Like, I think every culture has Thanksgiving, but ours is called Chuseok. And it's kind of like regular Thanksgiving, but it's different, right? Like, we have a big meal, you know, but we eat with our dead relatives, right? Like, what we'll do is we'll put pictures of our dead relatives. Like, for us, it's my 2 grandparents and my oldest aunt, you know, that passed away. We'll put their pictures, and then we'll put, like, their meals there, you know? And then, like, you know, throughout the meal, we'll, like, take, like, a bite from each whatever plate, and then we'll kind of put it in the thing. And with drinks, too, we'll, like, get, like a shot of soju, and we'll, like, swirl it around this incense. There's incense burning. And then we'll, like, pour into this bowl, kind of like they're eating it, right? It's kind of like that thing where, like, you pour beer onto the sidewalk, you know? But it's with food. Anyway, and we also get their favorite food, right? Like my grandmother, her favorite food was this type of fish. So we always had that certain type of fish for her in front of her picture. And then my aunt, her favorite thing was like this pork belly, like a really thick slice of pork belly. And so it's in front of her picture. And in front of my grandfather's picture, we put my grandmother's picture like kind of under it like that. Because his favorite thing to eat was her pussy.
Hey!
Gosh, I said my grandmother's pussy. It's kind of hard to end a joke with my grandmother's pussy.
That's a great way.
Yeah. You know, if you go to a Korean person's house, you have to take off your shoes and stuff. It's not a tradition or anything. We just want to make sure you're not stealing our chopsticks.
What?
Yeah, I was watching Olympics and I was watching men's diving. That is gay as fuck. Right? Like, they're wearing like almost nothing, like the smallest little like G-string bathing suit and stuff. And they're all like ripped and stuff, you know? I was like, man, men's diving is the gayest sport, hands down. Actually, more like hands up, moving sideways sport. Yeah, you know, in Korean, Hanguk means Korea, and Jungkook means China, and Migook means America. So that's why, you know, the racial slur for Koreans has always been gook. Because when Koreans first started coming to America, they'd step off the airplane and go, Migook! You know, the very first thing I learned when I used to be in the Army. The very first thing I learned when I enlisted in the Army was the military alphabet, you know? Like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. And the reason why they do that, you know? The reason is because, like, when you're on the radio, a lot of letters sound similar, right? Like B, D, T, and Z, you know? You're like, what, did you say D or B, you know, right? We don't have time for that shit. So we say, like, Bravo, Delta, you know, Tango's Zeta or whatever, right? And so, like, if you wanted to spell comedian in the military alphabet, it would be Lima, Oscar, Sierra, Echo, Romeo. Yeah, my brother's married to a Korean lady. Yeah, she calls him Oppa, you know, which in Korean means older brother. That's weird, right? I'm like, what the fuck? That's fucking gross. Yeah, me and my ex-wife, she would always just call me stepdad. You know, if a person is both black and Asian, we call them Blasian, right? And if they're Mexican and Asian, we call them either Mexican or Masian, right? You know what we call if they're white and Asian? Assholes. Yeah, Hinduism is very fascinating to me, you know. Whenever I see Hindus, like, practicing their faith, I'm just kind of amazed, you know. I always just look at them like, wow, you guys are, like, really spiritual. You're not praying to Satan, are you? Yeah, when I was born in LA, you know, I grew up in Temple City, which is right next to Pasadena, right? And all my classmates were white, you know. So none of the white girls thought I was, like, good looking or anything, you know. I'm Asian, I'm weird looking, right? So that's how I kind of always thought of myself. But then one day when I was 15, I went to South Korea. And man, not only was my mind blown, but so was my dick. Yeah, you know, white women around here, I don't know what they would rate me as, like a 4 or 5 or something. But in South Korea, I'm like a 9.9. Yeah, I was like the tallest dude in the whole country and shit. And I had an American accent, you know? So like for a Korean girl born and raised in Korea, you know, all of a sudden to see a Korean dude walking around with an American accent, that's like fire crotch and shit, you know? Yeah, it's like, it'd be like if England, you know, dude walk around with an English accent here and shit. And, you know, I was only 15, but I had grown women just throwing the pussies at me and shit. And I was like, oh, excuse me, miss, you dropped this? And I was like, what the fuck, mom and dad? You know, why the hell you had me growing up in America and shit? But anyway, I'm going back there, hell yeah. Once I become a famous comedian, I'm gonna go back to Korea, spend the rest of my days knee deep in rice paddy full of pussy. Alright, that's about time. Alright, my name's Iwan, I'm out of here, thank you.
Yes, keep it going for Iwan Oon and his quest for Korean pussy. Yes. On deck we got Dimitri, aka Mitch.